I'm excited about today. This is fun. Up to now, I've generally kind of known what we're talking about. If we want to talk karate, I'm fairly comfortable. I have invited Hisayama-san to our home. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu.
So it's the last video of the 2022, I think it's the last video of the 2022 Kangeiko recording today. Perry Sensei might pull something else out of the hat, I'm not sure. But as you know, Perry Sensei likes to do something to show everyone a little more of Okinawa, not just what goes on in the dojo. Last year we did the history tour at the end, and we all learned how to properly open up the Onigiri from Family Mart. This year we've got something else in store. He has something else in store I'm pretty excited about, to show everyone another piece of the Okinawan culture. Something that is unique to Okinawa, but can be tried and explored everywhere else around the world. So just a little hint, we're starting out at a farmer's market. Okay, so Perry Sensei's on a mission from his wife to go to another farm stand and buy some other products specifically from there. And I'm on the lookout for our special guests. But in the meantime, I'm going to go in here and try to discreetly pan around and show you some of the things from the Japanese farmers market. This is called JA, Japanese Agriculture, I believe is what it stands for. And JA has these farm stands all over Okinawa, all over mainland Japan, and they partner with farmers, right? Just like you would in the States. They have co-ops set up with different farmers that will provide certain products throughout the year, and those farmers have to be approved to become members of JA. Let's sneak inside here and take a peek around the market.
These are pumpkins, and they're absolutely delicious. Super hard. Cut that outside open. Usually we slice them and then peel out the meat. This is 420 yen, so essentially $4.20 for a small pumpkin like this, but they're well worth it. $1 for two of these gorgeous carrots. Look at these gorgeous beets. Oh. $2.50. Outstanding. $2.40 for this aloe plant. $170 yen for this gorgeous celery. Come Thanksgiving time, you can't find it. Quite the assortment of cauliflower here. Look at this. Okay, here we go for all of our friends in North Carolina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strawberries for $6.80. Let's say with the conversion rate, this is a $6 pack of strawberries. And that's not inflation. That's normal price this time of year. Again, for our North Carolina and Virginia karate families, check out that hog. as in other parts of the world, in Okinawa, they eat everything except the squeal.
Because I wasn't sure if they sold it or not.
ああ、そっか。はい。じゃあどうする？ハムがいいかな？
Stamp?
スパム？スパムそれとも豚肉？どっちがいい？豚肉は入れる。
Cup yagi soup. Yagi is goat. So it's not uncommon to eat goat here in Okinawa. Here's some goat stew. I've had goat sashimi that my wife's family, it was their goat, and they had it butchered, and we had sashimi. I thought it was delicious. And then I've had some soup that I thought was terrible because it was obvious this was goat. It smelled like goat. But it was probably the way it was prepared. It was not so good. But for 15 bucks, you can get this nice goat. Pork knuckle. We usually eat this in soup, but well, we can also just take this as is and and eat it like it is. It's a little bit difficult with chopsticks, but you'll get practice after a while. And of course, you can't come to a market in Japan without seeing some fish. So here's our sashimi. And the whole fish. Over here on the end, we have seaweed. Seaweed is eaten quite often here in Japan in soups or on the side of plates with some sashimi or other dishes. And I should probably know all the benefits of it. I'm going to tell you it's high in iron because I think I might have heard that once before. But there's seaweed farms all around Okinawa and some of the other islands off of Okinawa, which a lot of them were just devastated because of the recent volcanoes that erupted. And all the pumice that washed up on the shore kind of destroyed a lot of the seaweed. Perry Sensei bagging his own groceries.
That's it. This is the way we do it right here. It's cool though. You buy the bag. They have to buy the bag, or you can bring your own bag. Every place has a little wet towel here, so you can actually wet your fingers and separate the bags. And then there's tape. There'll always be tape here, so that you can tape the bag closed. I normally don't do that.
I normally don't either.
Yeah.
I usually do the
But that's
American
what they
thing and
do.
tie it.
And in Okinawa, you can always get beautiful flowers. And I'm not even in trouble. So
Well, now you're set for another week, I think.
we're set for another week. That's right. I just bought myself another week of blissful married life.
Just outside, they've got their little food stand here, a whole bunch of fried food. So Maiko-san's getting some tempura. She's getting okra. This is the okra tempura, and then some fish.
470円。
いずれもあ、もちろんもあるんだ。じゃあ黒糖も美味しそう。ちょっと待って。甘いもんか。 じゃあ甘いもん一つも。
甘いもの。
ありがとうございます。
これ芋。はいはい。
お芋。ありがとうございます。はい、ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。So this is called sata andagi. It's basically a deep fried Okinawan donut. It's more like a donut hole than a donut, but anyway.
So he's dropping that dough in the pot over there. Watch the precision. That's fantastic.
膨らんできますね。
そうです。大体2倍ぐらいには膨らみます。
ですよね。お疲れ様です。
ありがとうございます。
And look at this. It's such a regular thing in Okinawa. It has Okinawa の特定のラベル。はい、どうぞ。
はい。
一個で
One's fine,
大丈
right?
夫 I don't think I've ever seen a duck in the wild in Okinawa ever.
Really?
Yes.
Kind of a rough looking bird.
He's a very rough.
Muscovy.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
That's it.
You doing all right?
I don't think he's doing all right. Look at his
No.
wings.
Yeah.
Or did they clip it so he doesn't fly?
I don't know.
See all this? Somebody got into him.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, something got into him. You're right.
You're right.
He's been in a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Yeah. What do you think, papaya?
So you gotta tell, where are we, Perry Sensei?
Yeah. It's gone. Oh, no papaya. This is so the cool thing about Okinawa is there's places you go and they have these stores. Mu Jin Hambai. It's not a store, it's just a shack. Mu means negative, not. Jin means person. So if you've heard of Mushin in karate, this is Mujin, which means personless, right? And Hambai means to sell. So so a personless sales retail stand. So you just come here and if you want something, you grab it. There's nobody here. There's a little thing right there. What do you want? What do you think? I wonder what Aubriana would want. Potatoes, corn. I'm gonna have to get something. I'm gonna get some green beans. Shimarakyo. Do you cook these? Do you eat these?
I don't cook them.
You don't cook 'em?
Normally, yeah, you just wash them and
Wash them.
shoyu.
Shoyu, katsu, and salt.
Mm.
I'm gonna get these.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Too
in
bad
goes
they
the
didn't
100
have
yen.
the papaya shiri
I
shiri.
know, that would have been good, huh? The
Yeah.
papaya. Yeah. Okay, shimarakyo. I've had these tempura.
Yeah.
Kangeiko,
Yes.
there's a restaurant that tempuras
Yeah,
these.
tempuras.
Oh my goodness, they're so good. Yeah,
You don't want to take him home?
he's hurting. Oh.
It's exactly what your wife needs.
I know, that's exactly. I'm excited about today. This is fun. Up to now, I've generally kind of known what we're talking about. If we want to talk karate, I'm fairly comfortable. Today, we are cooking, and I am not a cook. So, but I'm really excited because we're going to be making chanpuru. And if you think about Okinawa, one, I think the largest number of people over 100 in the world, or some high anyway. And part of that is because of the way Okinawans eat. And we are going to today introduce to you tofu chanpuru. We're also going to do some goya chanpuru and introduce you to chanpuru, which is kind of a well-known, it's kind of Okinawa chanpuru. So, however, I have no idea how we do it. I've eaten it a lot, but I don't know how to make it. So I have invited Hisayama-san to our home.
よろしく。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
And so Hisayama-san is if you think I am a kibishi or a strict karate teacher, as you've trained with me. Hisayama-san is my Japanese calligraphy teacher. And I am not Kibishi. Hisayama Sensei, that's Kibishi. She gets her red ink out and it's like game over. So anyway, but Hisayama-san, いや、ありがとうございます。今日来ていただいて。じゃあ、まず材料を紹介していただければと思いますけど、よろしくお願いします。
こちらこそ。沖縄にはそのチャンプルー料理というのがいっぱいある。まあ、冷蔵庫で眠っている野菜を混ぜてチャンプルーにする。今日作る豆腐チャンプルー、ゴーヤーチャンプルー、風チャンプルー、そうめんチャンプルー、いろいろありますが、今日は豆腐チャンプルーを作っていきます。で、
ちょっと待って。I'm going to translate that real. ちょっと通訳します。
はい。
So Chanpuru is an Okinawan dish, but it's kind of like whatever you have in the refrigerator, you throw it in and you mix it. That's what Chanpuru means. It literally means to jumble up or to mix up. And so there's many kinds of Chanpuru. We are going to do tofu Chanpuru, but there's also Goya Chanpuru, Fu Chanpuru, Somen Chanpuru, which is somen is like a thin noodle. And so that's what you're going to do. It's just whatever's in your refrigerator that you have left over, you mix it up and make it into champuru. というところで、
はい。
はい。
で、これ今日使うのが豆腐チャンプルーに使う定番大体これを使う。例えばキャベツ、小松菜、ニラ、人参、玉ねぎですが、もやしね。で、これは。あとは豚肉も使います。お豆腐はとっても良質なタンパク質でできていますし、お肉はカロチンもあるし、ビタミン E もあるし、で小松菜とかは変鉄もない野菜ですが、鉄も入ってるんですよ。鉄分。だからキャベツも繊維がいっぱいあって。ミネラルもあっていいものだから多分沖縄の昔の人はこういう自然なものを食べてたんで長生きだと思います。ですね。
はいはいはい。So this is interesting. She said that if you look at all the different ingredients. So first of all, this is Chinese chives.
これがチャイニーズだ。
これが garlic. ちょっと待って。ニラは Chinese chives.
そうそうそう。
This is a garlic spinach. Not garlic じゃなくてなんだっけ? Mustard spinach. This is Japanese mustard spinach. And this is like Chinese chives. Goya, carrots, of course cabbage, onions. Moyashi is mung bean sprouts, かな? Bean sprouts. They're bean sprouts. This is fu. I have no idea what fu is. It's I don't know. I don't know what fu is. We'll have to look that up. And then pork, of course, spam. And so what she's saying is, for example, in the komatsuna, iron. This has a lot of iron in it. Tofu, of course, protein. It's full of protein. In the pork, which they eat a lot of pork. It's called agu in Okinawa. It has keratin, vitamin E, keratin, カロチンも入ってます。入ってます。
このもやしもね、全く栄養がないように見えるけど、実はミネラル、いっぱいのミネラル、そして繊維も入ってますし、
So in moyashi, there's a lot of minerals. In cabbage, there's lots of minerals. And then there's something else.
ビタミン C。
繊維？何？どういう意味？
繊維は
Fiber.
ファイバー、そうそう。
Fiber. そうか。I tell you what, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. No fiber. And so, はい。
はい。
ということで。
で、材料はこういうことで、これを適当に切ってチャンプルーにしていきます。
So we're going to use these things and we're going to turn it into champuru.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
if any of you guys have heard the radio station that sometimes I post, if you did, my co-host on the AFN, the American Forces Network Churashima show, which is a radio show we have here in Okinawa, where we introduce some of the military members to Okinawan culture and stuff. But my co-host on that is Michael-san. So this is the
Michael desu.
the Churashima show with Michael-san and Perry Taisa. I am Perry Taisa, and this is Michael-san. So and Hisayama-san is Michael's mom.
My
So,
Ka-chan.
Ka-chan. So anyway, it's a bit of a family affair, and anyway, so it's good to be with friends and to be able to cook today. Okay, the tofu. We bought this tofu made fresh. You can see they just came in these bags, and this is firm. It's quite firm, and Hisayama-san was saying that the firm tofu is best. The silky tofu that you can buy in a lot of the stores. That's for if you want to make miso shiru or something, but it'll kind of fall apart. The other thing is you have to remove the water from the tofu. But it's really cool because if you go into stores in Okinawa, they'll have a whole section with all kinds of tofu. They'll have shima tofu, shima tofu, yu tofu, this kind of tofu. So you might not have all those options in America or wherever you are, but they said normally even in the United States they'll have a silky tofu or a firm tofu. Choose the firm tofu. Okay, Goya. Goya is Okinawa. I mean but this vegetable is it's a bitter melon. It's kind of this bumpy look, and we say melon, but it's not sweet. It's really, really bitter, and if it's not cooked properly, it can be kind of off-putting. But the bitter melon, it's 何入ってるんですかね？
これはね、すごい入ってますよ。カロチンも入ってるし、ビタミン C、
Vitamin C、
なんだっけ、ミネラル、
minerals、
タンパク質、繊維、もうね、
fiber、protein, all those things. So this is kind of like the secret sauce for living long in Okinawa, so we're told, right? So anyway, if you can get a bitter melon, is what it would be called in the United States, I think, or Goya, then you can make it out of that. We thought we would do tofu chanpuru, primarily because we think that everybody can probably get tofu and all these ingredients here in the United States, and something if you wanted to cook it at home. All right, let's put that on.
Check out the weight here. I love this.
Yeah, this is mizunuki.
ここはね、
いいですかこれ。このサイズでいいですか。
ゴーヤーは真ん中2等分して中を取ります。このヘタをね取ります。
これもお皿入ります？
はい、入れます。で塩コショウを出しといてくださいね。
はい。Okay, we're gonna take out the center.
切るでしょ。
はい。
これ目はね落とします。
Okay.
はい、こっちもね。
All right.
はい、じゃあ3個お願いします。
はい。
これ
Okay,
塩
I
ね。
gotta take the center out of it like that first. で切ると何かこうやって切ればいいですか？こうやって。
切るのはねこう言ってください。
こう？
うん。
こうやって？
ただね
まっすぐでいい。
ちょっとね
うん。
細くじゃなくて
ちょっと厚み？
厚めに切ってください。
こうやって？これでいい？
あ、そうそうそう。
Okay.
ナイス。ゴーヤーは塩でちょっと揉みます。
So then once you put the salt on it, you kind of massage the salt into the Goya. So this is Goya. You don't have to use Goya. If you can't find Goya at your store, that's fine. You can just do chanpuru, tofu chanpuru. So no big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a tamanegi.
はい。
これでいいですか？
これでいいです。
本当に柔らかいですね、これ。
ね、柔らかいのよ。
いいですか、これで。
はい、いいです。
All right, so you're squeezing
I'm just
out
squeezing all the juice
all
out of
the
it.
Goya juice, all the
Yeah.
juice from the Goya.
ここ？
はい、置いててください。
ニラはどこ？
So, I mean, no
ニ
kidding.
ラちょっともらっていい？
Spam is ubiquitous in
見せた
Okinawa.
いわけよね、全部。
Onigiri spam. If you've been to Hawaii and you've seen spam musubi, I don't know this for a fact, but my theory is that this came either to Okinawa from Hawaii because of a large number of Hawaiians, of Okinawans who lived in Hawaii. But anyway, spam. Hey. Joe's gonna love this.
今日はこのね昆布だしっていうのを使います。これはね昆布のエキスで粉末になってて、もう本当にねカルシウムミネラルすごい豊富です。これを使って味をつけていきますね。
Generally, for the flavoring, you use salt, pepper, and shoyu and shoyu soy sauce. Today, Hisayama-san is going to use this. It's dashi. Dashi is like soup stock, and this is a kombu, so a kombu seaweed-based soup stock that she's going to use. Now, if you can't get kombu, kombu, which Hisayama-san likes kombu dashi, then you can use hondashi. And I think some places sell this in the United States, but it's basically a katsuo. Katsuo is bonito fish soup stock, so you can also use this.
油。
豆腐を炒めるときはね、サラダオイルじゃなくてごま油を使います。もうごま油はほらセサミンですから。 健康にも全然違うからまた味も風味も違いますこれは。
So when you heat up your tofu, you want to use sesame oil. It's not only does it have good health ingredients, healthy ingredients, but it also adds a little bit of flavor to the tofu.
これはタンパク質、良質なタンパク質ね、それから脂質、油で炭水化物が入ってます。
So it's got good oils and then protein and stuff like that. So we're going to put a little bit of abura in the pan.
もうちょっとこれが鍋が熱くなったら油を入れます。
So once your pan's hot, you put a little bit of oil in the pan.
あれあります？
And just put it away.
豆腐は包丁で切ってもいいんですけどね。
そのまま。
一応ねそのままちぎって入れますね。
はあ。So you can cut it, but you can also just pull it apart like that and put it in.
動かしてくれる？もうちょっとがもうできた。大丈夫。大丈夫。
So basically, what you're doing is you're coating every side of the tofu so that it
With the oil?
with the oil, and as it cooks, so
got
that
it.
it doesn't crumble.
I
as
see.
much.
Okay. Is that salt? A little salt. Okay.
はい、じゃあ取り
Okay.
はい、
はい。
お願いします。
出しましょうね。このパン大丈夫かな？
これあれだよね。
入れてしまったね。
で、
So not olive oil, salad oil or vegetable oil.
器は？これはね、ニンニクの刻んだのですね。
Okay, so this is grated garlic.
ペリーさん。
There you go. The spam is on. Once you put the pork in, you put the harder vegetables in, so your onions. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put the Goya in. If you don't have the Goya,
Put half, because you're doing it.
if you don't have Goya, that's okay. You don't need to put the Goya. It's Chanpuru, which means anything goes. もうちょっといい。これでいいですか？
これでいいです。
Okay.
でこれね、
いいやる
うん別々に
いいですか
Cookie is the stem of the
そしてクッキー
ここでちょっと塩を足しますね
ご飯作ったの
ああご飯
No, I just need a pan hot with a lid. Hi.
I hope that works because it can be
And that. And you put equal parts
water and
water
rice.
in the rice.
So noodle.
Noodle, ne?
Okay.
これに後で混ぜます。
もうちょっと入れますか？
はい。ありがとう。してね。胡椒をこれに入れてください。
はい。あ、胡椒？
はい。
これ？いくら？
はい、これで。
適当に。
うん。
あとは？
はい、いいです。
これぐらいですか？
これぐらいです。
はい。入れちゃいます。はいはいはい。オッケー。はい。
で、フォークももう入れてください。
フォークは半分？
半分？
半分でいいです。
半分でいいですよね。
ちょっと混ぜにくいんで、ペリーさん混ぜてくださいね。
You need to catch that.
塩味、
あ、今美味しい。
塩味ついてますか？
美味しい。
もうちょっと塩入れる？
うん、でも美味しいよ。まあちょっと入れる？ Okay, so I'm gonna
こ
pour
れ
the
あれしてくださいね。
show you in around the edge,
うん、はい。
and then I'm gonna pour it in. 塩もちょっと入れる？
塩ちょっと入れた方がいい？
そうですか。
だしはどうですか？だしももうちょっと
私も
欲しい？
ちょっと、うん、いいですよ。美味しかったでしょ今の。
塩もうちょっと？
じゃあもうちょっとだけ。
もうちょっと。
うん。Okay. はい。はいはい、十分だと思いますよ。This is called katsuobushi. It's a bonito fish that's been dried and thinly sliced. And this is kind of almost a powderous thing. You can get them in big, thick, like shavings almost. They look like wood shavings. But this is katsuobushi. And we're going to spoon up the chanpuru and then pour a little bit of katsuo over the top of it. We're going to spin it up.
はい。私は豆腐をもう一つ入れてください。豆腐もう
豆腐入ってますよ。
豆腐だけ。
豆腐だけ？
うん、食べれないんで。はい、ありがとう。それから、うん。
大丈夫？これ？
もっと。はい、
はい、いいですか？
うん。
じゃあ僕、せっかくだから、はい、
どうでしょうか。
いいですか、このまま。
このまま立って食べる？
いただきます。座ります？
立って食べます。
立って食べます？それとも座りますか？
ねえ。どうでしょう。いただきます。
いただきます。Alright、チャンプルー。
チャンプルー出来上がりです。
Oh, that's good.
こっちサビラ？
うん。こっちサビラ。ごちそうさま。
カメカメ。カメカメ。
カメ？
カメカメ。
カメカメ。ごちサビラ。サビラ。美味しい。いや、やっぱりカツオ節美味しいですよね。
うん。かけると。入れた方がいいですよ。
絶対美味しいですね。
もっと
あとゴーヤも苦味がないですね。柔らかくて。So if you watch Japanese TV, they have there's an art to talking about food. It looks something like you put it in your mouth and you go, and you go, I don't know how to do that, but if I could in Japanese, that's what I'd do. I'd go, kore mecha umeo. Something like that. I don't know. But anyway, am I getting it?
Do it in Japanese.
That's what I just did, right?
Akisamio.
Akisamio.
デージおいしい。
めっちゃ、
デージマーさん。
デージマーサー。
マーさん。
Masan. We're done. We ate a huge meal of chanpuru. If you get a chance to try it, I would certainly encourage you to do that. And I want to say thank you to Hisayama-san. ありがとうございました。
いえ、こちらこそ
楽しかったですね。
とても感謝します。
いえ、こちらこそ。And also the I wanted to tell you the kakejiku behind us. This was neat. I wrote this, but after trying about 1,000 times, and my sensei is Hisayama Sensei, so I have a lot to be grateful for. And Hisayama-san has really been a
よく頑
great
張って
friend.
ね、とってもいい字ができて、
いやー、綺麗に
素晴らしい
出来上がりましたね。
一つ一つペリーさんよく見てください。すごいのよ。
いえいえ、ありがとう
ね、
ござい
これも
ます。
心も素晴らしいしね。
So, hey, if you get a chance to try it, give the chanpuru a try. If not, just watch the video and enjoy it. And if anybody gives it a shot, please post your photos. We'd love to see how it came out and what you thought. So, hi, ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。今日
Thanks,
は
y'all.
本当に感謝です。